one of the things that people are talking a lot about is the Joker and that reveal. And Cameron obviously posted a photo on Instagram recently. What can you say about how long that path is gonna play out on Gotham? Are we gonna find out one way or the other whether he is actually the Joker this season, or is that a longer game you're playing?
You will find out. Yes. It's difficult to talk about because it's one of those twisty stories that as soon as you start talking about it, it's like Perry Mason is leading you down to going, aha! So, yeah, the story will play itself out, not fully, but the fans will get a good dose of that Joker magic, and will learn the true origins of the Joker character this season.
What other villains might we be seeing in season 2?
Danny just mentioned Mr. Freeze is a definite. Who else?
Tigress. I mean, she's never had an origin story, so that's a good one. Azrael is a really good, long, slow-burning origin story, and Hugo Strange for now. Yeah.
And as well, there's big kind of scary, epic villains like Azrael. There will also be more comedic is the wrong word, but more fun villains like Flamingo, for instance, might make an appearance. The fun of this world is that you can go from real profound darkness to lightness in the same episode, in the same scene almost.
What about putting Bruce on the path to becoming Batman this season? Like the way that you kind of plotted out how to do this at the right pace to get him there when you need to make it.
Yeah, it's tricky because it's like anyone's childhood. There's false dawns, there's wrong turns, and it's as much about watching David grow into himself and get older and become a man, and that's one of the beauties of working in TV, that it happens in time, and Batman will grow or Bruce Wayne will grow as David grows. And as far as actually translating that onto the page, it's really just trying to be as organic and unforced as possible, and trying to. He's already had this traumatic turn. It's not. So what happens to him in the future is always going to be, the texture of his life, as opposed to a grand epic drama that happened, a secret drama that's happened outside of the Batman canon. As Danny said it many times, we're trying to make all of these characters as human and as real and as lifelike and as fluid and understandable as possible. So I don't know how to translate that, but that's essentially what we're doing.
So Bruce found a cave at the end of the pilot. We know what he's eventually going to turn that into, but what is the cave now?
Well, I don't know. Did your dad have a place in the house that you weren't allowed into, like the back garden shed?
Mine did.
Well, lots of dads do. And I think certainly Alfred, who had more of a sense of what's going on in the family, probably thought, he's got a few dirty magazines down there, or a little black book for old girlfriends. Some kind of quotidian secret. And again, I can't tell you what they really found down there, but it's a shock for both Bruce and Alfred, and it sets them off on. If he's not already set on the path he was on, it redirects him down a much more dangerous and more immediate path.
What's your version of Lucius Fox?
He's played by a fine actor named Chris Shaw. With a character like that, again, you cast the best guy you can find. Fox is an old and close friend of Bruce's father, so he has a lot of lot of knowledge about the Wayne Enterprises before Bruce was involved, and it's the beginning of a beautiful friendship. It's the friendship between a grown man and a kid. So it has all the kind of misunderstandings and conflict that you would find in that sort of relationship.
Now that you know right from the start that you have a full 22 episodes to tell your stories, is that going to help you kind of streamline things from start to finish in terms of character arcs?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's you know, we played the procedure element in the first season, but you know, there's so much reaction to these characters, and people relate to these characters so much that you want to, you know, start them at the beginning and then end with them somewhere. So making a saga is so much easier than making a procedural show in this capacity. And it's like that slowing down of the trajectory of the characters is really working for us. You know, the slow burn on these characters, and sometimes some episodes missing characters, so you get more of them in the next one. Spreading it out like that, it's more like the shows we like to watch, you know, and getting away from, I hate to say it, commercial television. This idea of like, I can't wait for people to see season 1 on Blu-ray and on Netflix, you know, just to see it, you know, see how it all joins together peacefully.
Are you changing your visual style for season 2 at all?
There's a few things, because there's a couple of new characters and they will need their own style that goes with it and their own flair. There's a few adjustments we're making, but the city is the city. I think we're only improving on it. We're getting a little more layered and a little thicker with the image.